Hello and welcome to Out This Week. I'm Ali Plumb and I'm here to talk to you about what movies are out this week. Now, no interviews in this particular episode because everyone's got a hangover in Hollywood because of some party called the Oscars. Anyway, two movies to talk about. They are Olympus Has Fallen follow-up, London Has Fallen, then there's the Cohen Brothers' latest, Hail Caesar. So let's start things off with London Has Fallen. London Has Fallen is the sequel to 2013's White House under attack action movie Olympus Has Fallen. Back then, it was up against Jamie Foxx and Channing Tatum's rival White House under attack action movie White House Down, but after that died at the box office, it's on its own, and this time it's set in, London. Back on board are stars Aaron Eckhart as the President of the United States, Gerard Butler as the President's hard-as-nails bodyguard, and Morgan Freeman as the Vice President of the United States and part-time voice of God. They're alright.
I don't believe it.
Aside from the location change, there's not much different this time around. Terrorists attack, and it's up to Butler's Mike Banning to shoot, swear, and explode his way to victory. And there is a lot of shooting, swearing, and exploding here. Kaboom, and so forth.
All right, here we go.
For those after a switch the brain off 99-minute live-action remake of a so-so Call of Duty mission, this is the film for you. But for anybody expecting another A-grade action classic like Die Hard, step away from the vehicle now.
Copy that. Hold him. Now!
Before you get to the running and gunning you want, however, you'll have to trudge through an unbearably slow first 15 minutes and put up with some stunningly on-the-nose dialogue, terrible "where are we in London now?" geography, ropey special effects, Butler's slightly shaky American accent, and the surprise appearance of Colin Salmon. Oh, and some scenes that are meant to be in the US but were blatantly shot somewhere in Surbiton. London Has Fallen is not a good film, but for fans of the genre, it delivers some decent action and you'll laugh whether the director actually wanted you to or not. Bonus points for the brilliant tagline as well: prepare for bloody hell. London Has Fallen gets 3 stars out of 5 from me. Hail Caesar is the latest from godlike geniuses the Cohen Brothers, who previously brought the world such classics as Miller's Crossing, No Country for Old Men, Fargo, and my favourite film of all time, The Big Lebowski. Unfortunately, Hail Caesar is not top-tier Coen Brothers fare, though anything they make, aside from The Ladykillers of course, is still better than most of everything else ever released ever.
And action!
The trailers show off the film's killer cast list. George Clooney, Ralph Fiennes, Jonah Hill, Scarlett Johansson, Channing Tatum, and posters scream, "You'll laugh your head off." But most of the big names enjoy precious little screen time, and the humour is infrequent, wry, and only occasionally laugh-out-loud funny.
Faith, cut!
Most of the movie revolves around Josh Brolin's 1950s Hollywood studio head as he considers leaving showbiz, whilst George Clooney's clueless star gets abducted and hangs out with some communists for a bit.
Now you listen to me, Buster. Nick Skank in the studio have been good to you and to everyone else who works here. If I ever hear you bad-mouthing Mr. Skank again, it'll be the last thing you say before I have you tossed in jail for colluding in your own abduction.
Eddie, I would never do that.
Shut up!
Both Clooney and Brolin are good, as is Channing Tatum, whose bravura song and dance sailor sequence is an absolute joy.
No days, we might see some octopuses. No days, or a half a dozen clams.
But the film feels disjointed and slight, lacking a clear direction or a relatable lead character. That said, look out for newcomer Alden Ehrenreich in the future, who you may have already seen in Beautiful Creatures, by the way, as his portrayal of lovable lasso-swinging cowboy Hobie Doyle is easily the best thing in the whole film.
Would that it were so simple.
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 My dear boy, why do you say that? Why do you say twere?
Well, you should say it like I said it.
In short, if you love the Coen Brothers, watch this movie, because, you know, you love the Coen Brothers. If you don't already love the Coen Brothers, go and watch The Big Lebowski instead, and prepare to love the Coen Brothers. Hail Caesar gets 3 stars out of 5 from me. Just 2 movies this week, but next week we have Divergent series, Allegiant, 50 Shades of Black, Kung Fu Panda 3, and horror movie The Witch. That's all for this week. I'll see you next time.